Hello again, welcome back to LilyLuLou. My name's Karen. If it's your first time here, I'm the Junk Journal Geek. And if you're a returning visitor, thank you very much for coming back and joining me today. So I'm here to do a little bit more work on the fairy tale journal that I've been working on. I will link in the description below the kits that I am using. But what I want to do today, I don't think I've done anything else since you were last with me, but I could have done, I'm not sure. This little window flip out pocket thingy that we made, I want to make a little insert to go in there. So let's just take that page out so we can work on it. And what I would like to do is, instead of just making a normal journal card, I thought I would make an opening journal card. I was going to use this because it's already folded, so that we can have a picture on the front and a picture on the back, so that, you know, it will look nice both ways, but you can open the journal card and still journal in the middle. That's my thought. Now, I had this page that I had saved, which I thought might look nice in there, to go behind there somehow. But what I haven't thought about is what I would want on the other side. So, but we can make a start anyway and see how we get on. So I only need two sides of this, so let's get that out of the way. And you know, I always like to use you know, my junk mail flyers and things that come through the door. So I'm going to pop that in there. Might need to take a little bit more off that edge because it's a bit rough, and obviously because I've got stitching and glue on each side, it's not as wide as it would be. So I think I'm going to cut it off just there. That should come just below the top of the page, and that should look nice once we've done that. So let's put that out the way and that out the way. I think I'm going to stick all the stuff on, and then I will trim it up afterwards to make it to the size I want it to be. What have I done with the other ruler? Oh, it's probably underneath all my fabric there. Never mind, we'll use this one. So let's just get that on a straight line, and we'll tear that off there. And then that's roughly the width and the height that we want. So I'll have, you know, plainish paper in there, and hopefully the unicorn on that side and something else on that side. So I need to work out roughly where the unicorn needs to sit to be in the right place. So he really needs to be a little bit more over than that. So let's take off this edge. So how are you all? I hope you are all well and happy and crafting away. So yeah, I think that will look nice in there. And obviously, once this journal is received by the person that's going to have it, they can take this out and put their own photo in there. It's just so that it looks, you know, pretty now to start with. So that comes down to there. So I might have to make this a little bit shorter than I thought. Can I go a bit higher? Let's have a look. I don't want to go too high because you know, then we'll lose the nice bit of the picture. Although I can always stick a little bit of something extra on the top, can't I? So yeah, let's stick with that. So in theory, now you know what I should have done? I should have left that little bit of extra on, because that could have wrapped around the spine of the book. Never mind, we didn't, so we'll have to just work with it. But that's very yellow. I don't want yellow peeking through there. So let's see how it looks if we try and dull that down with a bit of, I don't think that's going to stay on there. I think it's just going to wipe off. It's you know, it's that sort of shiny surface. And I won't be able to add anything on there, on that edge, to cover it up, because there won't be enough room in here as it is. So I think we might get away with that. Okay, so what I need to do, I'm just thinking the best way to do this. That's going to come down to there. So shall I tear that edge off? Or yeah, I'm going to have to put some lace trim or something at the top there. But that's okay, we can do that. Okay, so I'm going to tear off this bottom section. I hope this makes sense to you all, what I'm doing. So I'm going to stick that on, and then I will, I thought I just got out a new glue stick as well. What did I do with it? There it is. That's the old one. So just pop that one out of the way, Karen, so you don't pick it up by mistake. I've got no glue mat out or anything, being very naughty. Whoops. So we'll pop that on there. And I will probably stitch around this as well. It's a shame it wasn't like properly centered, because you know, we could have had the book page edge down there, you know, centered to what I want, not centered on the page, obviously. So let's get rid of that piece. As I said, I'm going to put this under the guillotine once I've done it, because it will fit better anyway then in the pocket, and it will look nicer. Now I could just put this on the back, because it is different to this, you know, this when you're looking at the back, it goes with what's already there, but it is different. So I could do that. because I have had a rummage through my that Stories for Girls book to see if there was an image in there that I wanted to use, and there was nothing really suitable. I've got some butterfly papers there. What else have I got? Oh, there's some ephemera in this pack. I wonder if anything there would work. Let's have a look. We've got some tags. No, I think they're all too small, really. That's from something else. So, excuse me, I don't think they're going to work. Got anything else here? I'm just having a rummage through the pile that's on my desk. See if there's anything else. Ah, these pages. I've got a cherub printed out there. That's not really the right sort of thing. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm looking at, but I can't pull this pile in frame because there's not enough room. It'll just make a horrible mess. We'll have a crash bang wallop situation. So, right, there's nothing else there. Oh, I could maybe have some maybe some music paper on the back. I don't think so. Oh, I'm getting my pages muddled up here with the I've put my book up there while I work on that page, and I'm getting the pages muddled up with the spare pages. Right, anything else there? Okay, so it might be that. I do have another unicorn. I could maybe put the unicorn, oh, he's bigger. He's printed bigger, so would that actually work anyway? Oh yeah, it could do actually. And then at least it wouldn't be exactly the same. And then we could have inside to write on, we could perhaps have these maybe these pieces of paper could be the journaling paper. Oh, it's going to be different, maybe not, but I might use the other unicorn. I might do that on the back. Right, let's just think about that for a minute. So this is no good. Get myself in a pickle now. These need to go on other pages, so maybe use that as the topper. We'll see. So do I want this in the middle? That's what I was looking for. What paper I was going to put in the middle. I have got some, just some tea dyed paper, or I didn't I have some more of my watercolour paper? Did I? I've got some blue watercolour. I might put that in there in the middle. That's easy to journal on, and then I don't need to worry about cutting the edges off and things. So maybe we'll do that. and get that fold in the right place. Ready to go. I do feel like I make a meal of these things, and it's all right when you're sitting and crafting on your own, you know, umming and ahhing and fiddling about. But when you're aware that you're on camera and there are people watching you, and I think, oh, it must be so annoying. You must be just shouting at me, just get on with it, woman. But I like watching people faff about, so, you know, because I like to see the full process, what people do and how they end up with what they end up with. So hopefully you will feel the same. Otherwise you'll have turned off by now, won't you? So I'm not too worried, as I say, I'm not too worried about the edges of this, because I'm going to put it through the guillotine when I finished, and I will be stitching around the edges as well. So I'm not too concerned about these messy edges at the moment. I'm not worrying about those. So this is sort of a double journal card, really, isn't it? 2 for the price of 1. Now, we could end up with another crash bang wallop situation in a minute, because there's a fly flying around in here, and I know that as soon as Max spots it or hears it or realises, he's going to be after it. So I apologise in advance if there are any earthquakes with this camera. So that's taken that bottom piece off, and once I've trimmed this under the guillotine, I will also what will I do? I will ink the edges, that's what I will do. And I think I'm going to round the corners so that it slides in and out more easily. So we've got our front, we've got our back. No, we haven't got our back, we've got our inside, but we need our back. So shall we be really boring and just use the unicorn again? I mean, he is a different size, so it's not exactly the same. Well, I could print out some more of these castles and have them, but then I'm going to have to stop and go and print, and I don't want to stop. So I think we'll just stick with Mr. Unicorn. So he needs to go, and again we're going to have to pop something at the top to cover the top of the card, because we can't come right down here, because that would just look silly, wouldn't it? Just his eye peeking through. So we need that to be about there again. So let's, oh, what a shame I've printed on the back of this. Never mind. So he's going to go down there. And now width-wise, width-wise he's probably all right on the left side. I have to think that, oh yeah, that is an edge, so that would be okay if we pop him slightly over. I will be able to trim that off. So let's just see. when that is in the pocket, it's going to come to about there. So it does need to go over a little bit more. Bottom edge of that book, will that be about right? No, that's too far. Sorry, I know this is faffing, but I want him to sit, I want him to actually be seen through the window. No, I think I am going to have to go to the edge. Okay, so let's just do it. Another piece we can use elsewhere. Let's take this bottom bit. Should we make sure it's straightish first before we have a ripping time? So again, if we pop him down in that bottom left corner, this menu for an Indian restaurant is making me hungry. Got a lot of little collage bits now, ready to go. Oh, that wasn't a very good job, was it? Hopefully that will be okay. Once it's done, blend that in a little bit. This edge, obviously, I won't be trimming because that's where it's joined together. If I trim that, the whole thing will come apart again. So, okay, so that's that. So, what I want on here, don't really want Lacey Lace because that, no, I can't do that because that's going in the pocket, remember, Karen. Yeah, Lacey Lace, you'll be able to see through there, so I could have on some of this at the top. There isn't enough to go round both sides. Is there enough of this one to go around both sides? No. It's going to have to be two different pieces. You can't go in there. Yeah, I think they look quite nice. So let's just paper clip them for now, because the reason I'm not sticking them down is I need to put this under the guillotine. I need to do that before I stick these bits on. So I'm just going to pop them in place. So be that one there. This one on the other side. So they will be, you know, in lieu of little tabs. I would have put little tabs on, but obviously I need to cover up that bit at the top, which I could do with paper. I don't have to use fabric, but as these are sitting here, I might use them. I may well change my mind, but let's have a look and see how they look. It sort of reminds me of a crown as well on the top of the page. So let's see, I don't think this will go in here now with all those extra layers of paper and that fabric, but let's just have a look and see if it will. Because if it will, we'll get a nice idea of how it's going to look. It's just a little bit too wide. Once I've trimmed the edges, that's going to be fine. So let's pop it back in and see how it looks. So this other, you can see I haven't dealt with any of these other tabby frilly bits. Oh, see, look, that's nice, isn't it? Poking out the top of the page, I like that. So we'll be flipping through, flipping through, flipping through. And we come to this page full of interest. Look at that, isn't it marvellous? Let's slide over a bit so you can see. So we've got our, I'm hoping that will go down a little bit more because he's a bit high, but I'm not 100% certain that it will. And I'm not going to try and force it in now. So we've got that on that side, that one on the other side. That looks pretty, doesn't it? I like that. And then when we pull it out, oops, we have journaling on the inside. Obviously I've clipped this together, so I did have that in there the wrong way round. This one goes at the front. Obviously I'll need to make sure that's tucked in when I do it, but I like that. I think that's come out quite nice. So I will leave that there for now. And hopefully when I come back next time, that will be trimmed and stitched and in there. I keep going off to that side, don't I? Sorry. But yeah, I quite like that. To me, that's like the unicorn's crown or tiara. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you like that. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I'll see you in however many days it is until I'm back again. In the meantime, take care, look after yourselves and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye-bye.